Alright, this is Kristen, my friend, and a lifelong Alaskan. So that's who I'm going to be interviewing. The first question, how many years have you lived in Alaska?
If I tell you that, it means I'm telling you how old I am. 51.
51 years. Okay. What's your favorite thing about this state?
Oh gosh, I should have thought about stuff like this before you came. Well, I love the nature part, the animals and the, the wide open spaces, the mountains, the hiking, all that.
Mm-hmm. What's the most frightening animal encounter you've ever experienced?
Well, I don't really know. I've never come across a bear, which is good.
Never? Wow.
Well, not, like on a hike
Dangerously.
and not close. Mm-hmm. I'd say it's probably a moose.
Moose.
And it was in a car.
Oh.
Yeah, when I almost hit. That was most frightening.
Oh, you almost hit it?
Yeah, so it wasn't where you'd think it might be out in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
No, I heard the gravel that it kicked up on my fender.
Okay, what's the best part of being a sourdough?
The best part? Well, for some reason people think it's really cool that, wow, you were born here, because not that many people seem to be, but I know a lot of people who have.
Yeah?
But, I don't know. People just seem to think it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's that cool.
You're lucky to live here for so long, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose.
How do you think oil has changed Alaska?
Well, it made the permanent fund come about, which I don't know if that's a good thing, but it brought a lot of people here. Mm-hmm. And oil has brought a lot of people here. I think it brought your dad here. Yeah, it's brought a lot of people. And most of them, I mean, a lot of them stay. Most of the people who come up want to stay, like Alaska. So I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
What issues do you think Alaskans should focus on in the 21st century?
What issues? I don't know. Can we come back to that one?
If you want, yeah. Tell me about your grandpa, John Wolotka. Like, with the Katmai thing?
Mm-hmm.
He was part of that, right?
Right. Well, he came to Alaska in, gosh, I don't know what year he came up, but it was in the 30s, because he left my dad and his two brothers and their mom in Minnesota, and he came to Alaska to be a bush pilot. And he started his own air service out in Dillingham. And then it became a bigger airline, and then it was because of the airline that he was able to start the camps that you went to.
In Katmai?
Katmai.
So he founded the Brooks
Yeah,
camps?
he and another partner, Ray Peterson, together helped build. There was Brooks, Kulik, and Grosvenor are the three camps that are out there in the Katmai area. Yeah, but he used to just fly out there in his own plane and fish at the falls before anybody ever really, the natives knew about it, and they always fished there with, nets, but they didn't realize how awesome the fly fishing was.
Oops. Okay. How many generations of your family have lived in Alaska? Did it start with John Wolotka?
Right, and John obviously wasn't born here, and then my dad wasn't born here either, but my dad came up to live with his dad when he was 14. Okay. So really that's where it started. My mom came up out of college on a bet. Her roommate said, I dare you to go to Dillingham. There was an ad for to be a waitress at a little restaurant in Dillingham. And she just said, "Oh, watch me, I'll do it." And she did it.
Wow.
And my dad was a fisherman out there, so that was in 1958.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite winter activity that you participate in?
Hockey! We grew up with an ice rink in our backyard, so I actually started figure skating, and then I switched to hockey in college.
You ski too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you choose to stay in Alaska as an adult instead of going anywhere else?
Well, I wasn't the smartest of all my family, and so I wasn't really on the big engineering education track or to be a doctor or this or that, and plus we had to buy or pay for our own college. I thought, well, shoot, I don't want to take out a bunch of loans, go to college somewhere else that costs a fortune, but I also didn't want to stay at home. So I went to UAF, and I did get a degree.
What did you get your degree in?
Elementary ed.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been involved with Arctic Winter Games, which will be hosted in Fairbanks 2014?
Oh gosh, I've been involved with that forever.
You started as an athlete, right?
I started as a volunteer.
Oh.
In 1974, the Arctic Winter Games were in Anchorage, and I got to carry the flag for the opening ceremonies of the figure skating. And then in 78, I went as an athlete for figure skating to Hay River, Northwest Territories. And then I was a spectator when they were in Fairbanks in 82 and 88. And then I went in 90, 92, 4, and 6 for hockey. And then I coached the girls team in 2010 and 2012. And 2014, I hope.
So you garden. How is it gardening in Alaska different from anywhere else?
Wow, I've never gardened anywhere else, but it is fast. So, but you know,
like the season of heat.
And so a lot of our plants we have to start early inside, which I think most places don't do that. And there's a lot of plants we can't grow because we don't have a long enough season, or because the plants wouldn't survive the winter. That's why we can't do a lot of fruits.
Like trees?
Yeah, apples and such. There are some apples that do okay here, but I've tried several times, and where our garden is at Nancy Lake, it's a little too much colder, and they don't like it. So.
What high school did you graduate from here?
West. I guess that's Anchorage High School. To purists, but it was West High when I was there.
You've traveled all over Alaska. Where do you think is most beautiful?
Oh gosh, I don't know. It depends on the day. You know, if you out here, if it's gorgeous and it doesn't, you know, winter, summer, and I mean Brooks this summer. How can you get more beautiful than that?
Yeah.
Nancy Lake, Juneau, Homer.
Everywhere.
I don't know. Yeah, Denali. I couldn't say.
What do you think is your favorite season in Alaska, and why?
That's a tough one. You know, because that's a nice thing about Alaska is we have all seasons. Some are shorter than others, obviously, but I like winter because of all the winter activities, but I always look forward to summer. So, I don't know.
You worked on a fishing boat. How was that experience?
It was a lot of fun. That's how I put myself through college. It was on my dad's boat. He's a commercial fisherman out of Bristol Bay. And the crew was my dad as a captain, and it was me and my brother. And so that was nice. I think with other people it may have been more work, and you know, because we had it pretty easy. It was my dad's vacation from his normal business, And so he went out and he wanted to have fun, but also make some money at the same time. So.
Would you ever consider retiring in a different state, going somewhere else?
I don't think so. I think we plan to be here until the end. However, maybe be gone for a few months in the summer. I don't want to ever buy a place anywhere else because I don't want to get stuck going to the same place every year. I've never been anywhere. I mean, the only places I've ever been are for hockey, you know, for a week or so at a time in Hawaii. And I'd like to see Europe. I'd like to, you know, see other places.
But not live there.
Right. That's why I don't want a place in Arizona to go for 3 months every winter. I don't want to go to Arizona every winter for 3 months. So, but by the time I'm 80, maybe I'll change my mind. But right now, I'm not.
What do you consider to be Alaska's most unique and beautiful animal?
Well, I think moose are really cool, but I don't know. I love owls. Unique and beautiful.
Unique,
you know,
and or
it's kind of like seasons, you know, I like them all. They're all so fascinating on their own. So it was like at Brooks, because you know what I'm talking about, the river otter. You know, I'd never seen a river otter do that before. That in itself was super cool. And the wolf. I mean, wolves are super cool. And they're all unique. So
hard to decide.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that if you really need one.
Do you think Alaska was a good place to raise your children?
What do you think, Carl?
Yeah.
I think so. So far, they're all still here. Out of 4 of them, 4 here and 2 grandchildren, so. Yeah.
It's a good place. What was like, you know, like something unique that you think they experienced that they wouldn't have in their childhood if they were anywhere else?
They probably would say something as about the cabin, just having a place that we would go to away from home that was kind of like a vacation on the weekends. And we did, you know, a little bit of camping and whatnot. So I'd say it would have to do with the outdoorsy, you know, nature stuff that Alaska provides.
Yeah, like it's not too hot in the summers. What's something that you love that you can only find in Alaska?
My family. Blueberries.
You like to go blueberry picking?
I love blueberry picking. Yeah, who loves blueberry picking? I do. I don't know. What do I love that's only in Alaska? Alaska.
Like the mountains, you can't really find. That's unique.
Yeah. Just the whole package. You can't find that anywhere else. And just like at Brooks, climb up on the top of the mountain and look down. And here I mean, it's beautiful here, and you look down and there's Anchorage. But if you're at Brooks and you look down, you do not see any kind of human impact. I mean, unless there's an airplane, and if you're looking at the camp. But, you know, there's not a road, you can't see anything up there.
Yeah,
from
and
up there.
everywhere else is sort of developed, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, and because there's so much room up here. So.
Okay, let's go back to the question about what issues you think Alaskans should focus on in the 21st century. Have you thought of anything? It's okay if you haven't, but...
What issues should we focus on?
Like, maybe...
Well...
Oil, like the oil spills, or...
Yeah, and the... I don't know. Alaska's still not we haven't caught up with the rest of the world in like the chemical stuff, the spraying the fields with, all these toxins and things. And I don't want that to ever get here, the problem is we don't have corn and wheat fields and things like that.
What are you doing?
We have to...
There's a video going.
Oh,
we have to buy it from somewhere else. So...
what about the price of, like...
Well, the trouble with prices is that it does cost money to bring it here. And so I understand that that's why there is the price increase. But, I don't know. What does make me mad, though, when you buy something from a catalog or whatever, and they mark up the shipping.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, we're still in the United States.
Yeah. So, that's just irks me. But anyway.
Okay, that's it.
Did I answer all your questions?
Yep.
Okay, what was question 12?
I don't know, I just wrote them down wrong, but I'll figure it out later.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It was fun doing business with you, Claire.